We are back with another Prize Picks video. Going to be talking NBA in this one. A lot of good games for today. There is an earlier game that's Philly versus the Suns. That's about to start, but decent amount of games in the nighttime for today, and should be a lot of value on the board for the slate. But before we jump into the picks, I always want to say subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are already on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We're almost at like 2.3K. So definitely go ahead and subscribe knowing you're going to get daily content like this. Couldn't make college football video for today. Unfortunately, I'm in a state that doesn't allow college football betting or college sports betting in general, which is pretty annoying. Couldn't get around it with a VPN, unfortunately. But going to be talking NBA while I'm here, definitely for sure, every single day. So subscribe, like the video, and comment down below if you like these picks. You know, if you're going to tail them, or if you don't like a specific pick, let me know why. But let's go over the video picks from last time. Went 4 for 6 with some tough misses here. Jalen Williams just missed out. Started the game really slow and ended up not getting there in a very, very close, kind of exciting in-season tournament game between them and the Warriors. But just missed out for us. Curry ended up getting there for us pretty handily. Kind of went off in the second half. DeRozan very far under this line. We'll be talking a little bit about him today. And then Kuzma just missing his line as well, as Randall and Brook Lopez went head-to-head in their in-season tournament. So 4 for 6. I kind of had another frustrating day, guys. Another 5 for 6 slip right here. And another 5 for 6 slip right here. So back-to-back 5 for 6 picks that I didn't share with you guys. But once we have the Discord up and running, these will all be available for you guys. So definitely kind of hype that up in the comments down below to just get me motivated. But let's jump into the board. Got, again, a whole bunch of games. Oh, a little sneak peek there. But we're going to be talking about Gordon Hayward. You just saw him on the board there first. Hayward is playing Indiana, a team that I think he really likes to play, team he matches up really well against. So I'm going to go to his fantasy score. I'd probably look at maybe his points, rebounds, assists if I could, but it's not there just yet. I would also honestly look at his rebounds and assist, like his combos between rebounds, assists, points, rebounds, points and assists. I think there's a lot of value on Hayward today. Let's jump into his page real quick and see what he's been doing, see what he's done against Indiana in the past. So this is head-to-head. We're going to go, this is first quarter points, so don't get alarmed by that. Let's just go to his points, rebounds, assists. We can't look at fantasy score, obviously. But yeah, a team he matches up really well against. 3 of the last 4 matchups dating back to 2021, but they had a game last year as well, back in March. 3 of the 4 games he's gone over this line pretty handily. The game he missed, he went under by 0.5. So really liking that spot for him. In 2023 as a whole, also gone over this in 3 of the 4 games he's played so far. So I think it's a game that, you see a lot of green over here. A lot of these, aren't updated just yet in terms of this year. But Indiana definitely giving up a decent amount of stats to small forwards. And we know Hayward can dime the ball. We know he can get some boards. In this game, I remember betting on his rebounds, and of course he got 0. That game we did it. But I think a spot that he can definitely, put up some points on this team and, affect the game in a lot of different ways. So Hayward, we're just going to go to his fantasy score. Definitely look at his rebounds as well. Again, over in 3 of the 4 games there. Just had the stinker against Brooklyn. But Brooklyn's not really letting anyone get rebounds this year so far. So that's another way you could attack this as well. But let's go with Hayward's fantasy score for the video pick. Next up, let me just pull up the thing here. Next up, we're going to be talking Walker Kessler. Going up against a double big lineup in Minnesota. I'm going to go to his turnovers. His minutes have been limited so far this year. I don't know if he just hasn't been playing well. A fantasy guy that I had last year that just absolutely took off in the second half of the season, but just hasn't found his groove all yet just this season. Did have one 20-point scoring game, but use him for blocks, getting rebounds and everything like that. But his turnovers have been there for him. Looks like, I'll pull up his page, but looks like 3 of the 5 games so far. I think they've actually played 6 games. But usually good for at least 1 turnover. I think he's averaging 1 turnover, a little bit more than 1 turnover a game. Let's again go to Walker Kessler. But again, we talked about him kind of having limited minutes so far this year, but they're going to need his size 100% against this Minnesota team. His turnovers, we're going over. It is minus 120 odds on the over. You can see the 4 times they've played, he has gone over this line in 3 of the 4 games. in 2023. He's gone over in 4 of 6 games, including a 3 turnover game right here in just 23 minutes. So I expect him to get like his full, what he was getting at the end of last year, 27 to 28 minutes. He was getting 35 minutes sometimes. So I think we see a lot of Walker Kessler tonight. Again, double big lineup, and if you're in the game for 30 or so minutes, you should get at least probably 1 turnover. That's typically how it goes. Also playing up against Gobert. Gobert might have some, not hate towards Walker Kessler, but some jealousy maybe. He was, if you don't know, Walker Kessler was the main player piece in that trade that got Gobert from the Jazz to the Timberwolves a few years ago. Obviously, a whole bunch of picks along with that. But the jokes are that Walker Kessler is like already better than, or at least last year, already better than Rudy Gobert at this point. So maybe plays a little bit extra hard and gets a steal in there for us. So Walker Kessler over 0.5 turnovers. Loving that one for today. Next, we're going to go to Anthony Edwards here. Someone obviously had a great FIBA World Cup. We're going to go to his 3-pointers made, actually, at 2.5. Definitely the best odds on the slip for him. You could look at his points as well. Obviously, been scoring the ball decently well, looking like 24 a game the past 5 games. But his 3-pointers, let's just jump into what he's done so far this year. Shooting really, really well from the 3-point line at a decent amount of shot attempts a game. So let's go to his page real quick. 3-pointers made. This is the head-to-head from the past few years. Obviously, these were both last year. These actually were all last year. These 4 right here, gone over in 3 of the 4 matchups from the past year, including 4 in each of the last 2 matchups. So liking that spot for him right there. 2023 as a whole, gone over in 3 to 4 as well. 4 3-pointers made, 3 3-pointers made, 5 3-pointers made, and then just 1 for 4, I think, shooting from the last game. But it was against Denver, a game that they kind of got blown out. Couldn't get too much going. Or that was a game that they won, right? They dominated the Denver, but didn't have to do much, I guess. Only shot 4 threes, usually getting up, 7, 6, 8. So should get the decent amount of shot attempts against this Utah team. And they're giving up I think they're ranked 20th or something in giving up 3-pointers this year. So this ranking is pretty good in terms of this year. I had it up on this. Yeah, it's actually right here. Let's see where Utah is. Yeah, 18th. So that's actually spot on. 12.7 threes made per game. So I'm liking Edwards in this spot really, really well. Again, 2022 as a whole went over about 50% of the games, but looking like he's shooting the ball a decent amount more, shooting it really well as well. So I'm liking Edwards at 2.5 3-pointers made, and that's minus 120 odds as well. So just another boost there. Let's go to DeMar DeRozan again. Someone we talked about yesterday. His line has dropped by 1, which stinks to see, but we're going to attack it one more time. Have been going to this a decent amount, and it's been working for us. 8.5 rebounds and assists. He did have that big assist game the other day, but that's just not something we see very often. He's going up against a tough matchup too in Denver. So let's go to DeRozan real quick. Pull up his page. We're going under at minus 121. The over this is plus 112, so that's a good sign as well. Again, head-to-head, we're looking at the under. Nothing too crazy here, but has actually played well against this team in the past. 14 rebounds and assists last time they matched up. But 2023 as a whole, under in 5 of the 6 games. He's usually getting around that 7 mark. Again, 7 assists in this one where he got 10. Just hasn't been rebounding the ball all too much this year, and it's going up. He's going up against a Denver team that doesn't allow a whole bunch of rebounds. So I'm liking DeRozan again. We've been playing this a lot, and again, odds are looking really good as well. So DeRozan will be our 4th pick. Yeah, 4th pick. Next up, let's talk about Sabonis. Now, this is a line I absolutely hate, but the odds are just screaming to do it. So block shots, I'm going under, which sucks. If you're watching this game, maybe don't take this line. I probably won't be watching Sacramento versus Houston, but I'll definitely keep track of the box score, and it's going to be a stressful night because obviously that's one block and changes the whole night for you. So Sabonis at 0.5 blocks, we are going under. Someone that's not known for his shot blocking, his defense abilities, very offensive player, rebounder, scorer. not a whole bunch of scoring, but 2023 as a whole has gone under this line, under this line in 3 of 4 games. Got 2 blocks against Utah in the debut of the season. There is no De'Aaron Fox in this one, so that doesn't really have anything to do with this, but just wanted to mention that if you're betting on this game. But minus 130 odds on the under. The head-to-head matchups has also gone under in 3 of 4 games, so looking solid against Houston, a team that I think this 30 right here is just not right so far this year. Let's pull up the block shots real quick. Opponent blocks per game. And let's go, I think they're like top third of the league or something, blocked shots, Houston. Okay, they're getting blocked 6 times a game. So, yeah, bottom third of the league. So not the best, not the worst. And, yeah, it's going to be a stressful one, but I definitely have to go for it. It just looks good as 3 of 4. I'll take 75%. Odds are loving it as well at minus 130. And let's just look at 2022 as a whole. Did go under this in 63% of the games also. So I'm liking Sabonis here, kind of rolling the dice on that one. Looks like they removed Hayward. Hayward's been bouncing in and out of the... Yeah, so Hayward's not there right now, but when he comes back, we're definitely attacking him. So Sabonis blocks, we're going under. And then we'll pull up our last play, which is going to be actually Jaden McDaniels. So someone that hasn't seen a whole bunch of time so far this year, but they're kind of ramping him up, coming off, I think, like a calf injury. So he's getting around like 20 minutes per night the past 2 games. But they're coming off, 3 days of rest. So I'm liking McDaniels to maybe play, 25 minutes. He was someone that was big when Karl-Anthony Towns was injured last year. But let's check out his 12.5 points and rebounds. Looks like it's minus 106 odds for the over. But obviously last year, with a lot of Towns being out, he was able to do this decent amount. But 2023 gone over in both of the games so far this year. Again, in those kind of limited minutes, 24, 21 minutes. Maybe he's getting that with Towns in the lineup. But I have read that they are ramping him up a decent amount. So, his typical, minutes might be around 26, 27, 28 in that range. So I'm liking McDaniels here. I'm liking the Jazz matchup for him as well. Looks like they're giving up a decent amount of points. And against this team, he's rebounded the ball really well in the past, getting 9 rebounds. This is a few years ago, but usually grabbing at least 4, let's say. So I think with his scoring ability, scoring potential, his line's at like 9.5. I'm liking the spot for the rebounds as well. So that's going to do it for this one. Kind of recap real quick. We had Gordon Hayward in there. They did take it off the board as I was making this video. But Gordon Hayward just attacked maybe his points, rebounds, assists, his fantasy score, any kind of combo, honestly, is the way to go for him. Great matchup in Indiana, some team he likes to play a lot. Walker Kessler, we're going to go to his over turnovers at 0.5. Liking him in the spot, should get a lot of minutes and 0.5 turnovers against a guy that might be playing pissed off because people saying you're better than him. I like that for him as well. Anthony Edwards at 2.5 3-pointers. He's been shooting the ball really, really well. Solid matchup in this Utah game. DeRozan going to keep rocking with this under rebounds and assist combo until he hurts us, but has gone under in 5 of the 6 games. I don't see him getting 7 assists again. Again, he's going up against Denver as well, so tough matchup there for him. Sabonis, hardest one to do of the day, but the research is saying to do it. Block shots under 0.5, definitely a stressful one, but one that's looking good for him. And then Jaden McDaniels over 12.5 points in rebounds. Hopefully gets a decent amount of minutes tonight and a solid matchup against Utah. So that will do it for this one. 5 or 6 picks for you guys. Again, that Hayward line should come back up. Let me know if you like this timing a little better than my later in the day videos. I might actually try to do like multiple videos a day because I know lines are always moving and stuff like that. So definitely let me know down below if that's something you guys are interested as well. And yeah, like always, let's make some money tonight. And peace out.